We're stamping on Thursday. Um, I know I normally have our stamping class or our stamping live on Thursday night, but I have some family things that I'm going to be doing for the Easter holiday, so I'm so glad that you could join me here at this earlier time. Thank you so much. Um, I do have, or I will have, a bunch of classes on my page, and I'll be sending out an email of all the upcoming classes, retreats, stamp camps. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming in April and May, so please stay tuned for that. Also, if you participated in the happy birthday party that I did on Monday, I know I said I was going to announce the winners yesterday, but there has been such a tremendous participation in that class that I'm a little overwhelmed. So I will be putting all the winners out today, hopefully. If not today, then definitely tomorrow. So please stay tuned for that. Keep checking in. So if you did participate, what would help me out tremendously is if you would message me your email address and your physical address. So I don't have to try and get that from you later, so I can send out your prizes. That would help me out a lot. I had so many people participate. It's just incredible. So anyways, we are going to be using today the In Bloom stamp set. Really a very nice stamp set. It has "You Mean So Much to Me," "Congrats, You're So Fancy Now." I've used that. That's really cute. You are amazing. "Happy Birthday, You Really Are the Best." And these little flowers are really cute. Also, you can get this in a bundle, which is 10% cheaper than if you bought the two separate. So these are the die cuts. You get so many die cuts. I mean, it's amazing. It is amazing. So the cards that we are going to make feature this entire bundle. If you do not have the bundle, you can go ahead and order it. I am offering make and take packets for the cards that we're going to be making along with the tutorials. So if that's something you are interested in, you just need to place an order for $25 and I will send you all the supplies minus the stamps and the ink. I will get that out in the mail to you for free as a gift from me. The paper that we're going to be using in this is the Fine Art Floral. Really a pretty paper. There's all different kinds of patterns in here. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So we are going to be using this as well. But if you don't have this paper, you could always substitute whatever designer series paper that you have. So let's get crafting. So our first card, we are going to be using Gorgeous Grape. And this is just cut in half, and we are going to fold it in half. So I am super excited. The people on my team were able to see the new stamp catalog, the new annual catalog that's coming out. So we are really excited about that. All right, so we just folded this in half, and we are going to take a piece of our basic white, and we are going to start layering everything that we need here. So we are going to put this on our basic black. So we'll get some glue on here and get that on. All right, so we have that. And then we're going to stamp right away. So we will, where'd my stamps go? Goodness gracious. All right, I set them down. Good night. All right, here we go. Trying to be more organized, and well, that was a fail, wasn't it? All right, so we are going to use the "You Are Amazing" stamp. And we're going to put this on our block. And I know I've said it several times, when I put my stamps on the block, I lay it down flat and pop it down. All right, so we are going to use our just plain black. And we'll put that right about there. All right. So then what we will do is, I had used some of the die cuts and I cut out some flowers. So we have a little bigger one here, we have a little smaller one, and then we have some really teeny tiny ones. And we are going to put them on along with our leaves. So we will do that real quick. Actually, we'll wrap it with ribbon first. We'll do that first. It'll be just a little easier to do without the flowers on it. So here we have this really pretty ribbon, and this is our glittered ribbon. It has little sparklies and little like glitter on here. It's really pretty. So we are just simply going to tie a knot. Just like this. And we'll trim it and then we'll place it. Okay, so I think I want this over to the side a little more. We'll trim this. It's just a little too long. There we go. All right, so now we will put our flowers and leaves on. So we'll take our bigger flower and we'll just kind of curl up the edges a little. Give it just a little bit of interest. And then we will take a dimensional, put it on the back. And we'll place this one right about here. And we'll take our leaves, because we want to put some leaves around the flowers. And we'll just put a little mini glue dot on here. And we'll just slide this under. There's that one. We'll add a couple more. I really like this die set. I think it's really, really pretty. All right. We'll tuck another one in under there. And let's add another flower. So I'm taking these two petals and we're going to attach them. So I'll just put the mini glue dot right in the center. Then we'll take our next piece and just try and offset it a little bit, curl it up. And all I'm doing is just kind of pinching the edges. And we'll grab our glue dot, or I'm sorry, our dimensional. And we'll place that right about here. So now we need to get a few more leaves on here. And let's see here. There we go. We'll tuck some leaves under there. And where's another glue dot? Alright, we will add another one. We'll just add it towards the bottom to kind of just, well, actually, you know what? We can actually split this one in half. So put a leaf right down there, and then we'll put one on top. Alright, so let's get that in there. There we go. And we'll just curl these up just a little bit. There we go. So we still have these little ones and this other one to go. We'll add those on. So the color that we're using is Gorgeous Grape, and as I'm looking onto my screen, it almost looks like it's blue, so I hope it's looking like it's purple to you. All right, we'll curl the edges up here, and again, thank you all for joining me. I see a bunch of people on here. Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll just grab a glue dot for this one, and we'll put that right around there. We need our leaves. And we'll put the leaves towards the top here. We'll just kind of tuck that in. There we go. Now we have these little guys here. We'll attach them real quick. And then we're going to do something kind of fun. So we'll put one here. So when I was putting this card together, I really wanted to have a super pretty card. And when I was finished with it, I thought, this kind of looks a little simple. So let's just jazz it up a little bit. So we're going to take our Highland Heather. And I know we used the Gorgeous Grape, but we're going to use Highland Heather because it's a little lighter in color. And we're going to take our sponge. We're just going to dab. We're just going to dab a little bit of color throughout. Just a little bit, just to give it a little something. There we go. Because it was like the white was just a little too sharp in color, I thought. So there we go. So we have that. And we will attach that to this card. Oh, come on. There we go. Put that right on top. And then we need to add our rhinestones. So we will add some of the rhinestones to our flowers. I think these are really, really pretty. And we'll add one more right up here. All right, so this is a little darker card, so what we're going to want to do is add a white center. So I have a piece of white cardstock, and see, I was practicing the sponging, but we're going to repurpose it. So some glue down on there, and we will just lay this right in the center. There we go. So here we have our first card. So what do you think of this? So this is the one we just did, and this is the one that I had done earlier. Oh, and you know what we didn't do? We didn't do our Wink of Stella on these little guys here. We want to give them a little sparkle. There we go. Perfect. So can you see the shimmer? There we go. All right, so let's get to our next card. And our next card will be this. Very, very pretty. So we have our balmy blue, and we're going to take this and just fold this in half. All right, and then I have some designer series paper, and this is the In Good Taste. So we are going to just add this onto our card as well. And we'll put this just right at the bottom. All right, now we will just put that aside and we are going to be doing some stamping. So I get my pad out, we'll lay that down, and this is our very vanilla, and we are going to make a really pretty paper. So we are going to need, let's see here, which stamp should we use? Okay, we'll use this one. These are kind of like the medium size flowers. And we will be using this one and this one. All right. So our first one we're going to use is this really pretty flower. It has 5 petals, and we're going to do this in Balmy Blue. I'll just ink that up, and we're just going to sporadically place them on our card. Just kind of all over. Yeah, kind of go off the edge a little bit there, and right there. All right, so we are done with that one. Next, we will grab our one. It's a little chubbier little guy here, and we're going to use our petal pink, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Just going to spread them all over. There we go. And you don't want to put too many, but you want to have just enough. And if when you're done you find that you don't like it, just flip it over and start again. All right, and then we are going to grab our this is soft sea foam. And we'll use our last stamp for this. And it's a little lighter in color. It's really pretty. Alright, so I hope everyone has some really fun plans for Easter. We are going to see my granddaughter on Saturday. I'm so excited to see that little peanut. She's almost 5 months old, my first grandbaby. So excited. Alright, so we are done with that, and we will just put this on top of our card. So let's see, grab our glue. There we go. Doesn't that look pretty with the wood background? I think that looks so nice. Alright, now we are going to grab some of our woven thread. And actually I have a piece already cut. And we're going to we're going to put a little bit of our Stampin' Seal Plus on here, because that is going to hold down our ribbon. So we're just cutting a piece about this long. Just going to fold it in half and then fold it in half again. And we are just going to lay it down on our Stampin' Seal Plus. No rhyme or reason to it, and then we'll just trim the edges a little bit. There we go, and that will lay down once we get our label on. So now we will stamp our label, get our pad back, and we're going to use the You Mean So Much to Me. And where is that? Here we go. Put that other sentiment back. All right, and we are going to use, excuse me, soft suede. And I stamp the right side of the stamp. I ink it out. There we go. You mean so much to me. There we go. we won't need the ink pad anymore, so we'll close this up and we'll put this on our card. All right, so we just grab some dimensionals and put some on here. And normally I would not use this many on a little sentiment, but because we have the woven thread on here, we want to make sure it sticks. All right, so we will just place that right in the center, just like that. All right, so we don't need that. All right, we have our flower, so we will put that together. We have our little center of the flower, so I'm going to use a mini glue dot, and we'll adhere that down. Put that right on there. And a dimensional to put our flower on. And again, you're going to want to curl up the little petals. See, it just kind of gives it a little depth. So we'll put that just on the edge, just like that. And we need our little leaves. Put a mini glue dot. Make sure that's stuck on there, and then we will just slide that in just like that. Perfect. So here we go. Let's add some rhinestones. We need rhinestones. So we will grab one of the bigger ones, shoot that there. Smaller one. And there we go. So here is our second card. Isn't that pretty? I think that is so pretty. All right. So now we have our next project. And this one is really cool. I really think you all are going to love this one. I've never done a card like this before. So let's hope it works. Okay, so I have a piece of the sea foam, and we are going to score it. So let me get my trimmer here, and we are going to score. Move some of these stamp pads out of the way. All right, so let me move that down so you can see it. All right, so we are going to score. Well, first of all, this piece is cut at 4 1/4 by 8. So it's a little smaller than what we normally cut for a card, but you will see why. So our first score is going to be at 1 1/4. There's 1, there's the 1/4. And then we are going to go at 2 1/2. Here's 2 1/2, and then 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. So 6 3/4. Put this out of the way. All right, so let's just get some folds in here. Now this is what is called a bridge card. So I don't know if any of you have ever made a bridge card. All right, we have a piece of basic white, and we are simply going to put that in the center of our card. You are going to love this card. And you could really do this with any stamp set, but I think this particular stamp set, because of the dies, I just think it makes it really awesome. All right, so we have that. Then I cut some designer series paper, and this is out of that same fine art floral, and we're going to be using this green blue side. And we are going to be putting them on these 4 panels. Just like that. And they are cut just slightly smaller than our paper. All right. And we'll put one on this side. Come on. Oh, for goodness sakes. That's getting a little sticky in there. I'm going to have to clean that. And one on this side. So please, if you're joining me, if you wouldn't mind commenting, sharing my video, send me some hearts, send me some love. That would be so appreciated. I love getting hearts. All right, so we have that. We're not going to stamp anything on here. We are going to lay a bunch of die cuts. So I have cut out flowers using that same fine art floral paper. So when you look at a flower, they're never really one whole solid color. They're always a little shaded. There's always different stuff in there. So we are going to make some 3D flowers. So we'll take our big one first, and we will grab a mini glue dot, and we'll put this one together. And we'll just offset it a little bit, just like that. And then we want to curl up the edges. Now I tried curling up the edges all at the same time, but then it just looked kind of So I'm going around and doing them all separate. Just kind of gives it its own shape. So we have that. And here's our first one. And onto our second one. So this is, again, with that fine art floral paper. And just offset that and start curling. Just go all the way around. All the way. Okay, and we'll do that again with our smaller flower. And I think we'll have the darker part on the bottom. All right. Again, just curling up these edges. And then I had also cut some leaves from that same die set. I really like these because they have this really pretty stitching in there. It just looks so pretty. So we are going to place all of this in this little area. So we want to grab some dimensionals, and we'll start by putting it just on the back, because then we're just going to play around with how we want to lay it out. So you can put one here and there, and maybe shoot one there. There we go, and then we can weave in this greenery. All right, so let's take paper off of there, and we'll set it down. And now you want to remember, because your card is going to be like this, so you want to make sure you have it in just enough where it's not going to get all mushed. And we'll grab this flower and put that in there like that. And then our really pretty blue, and we'll just tuck that one up in here. There we go. So we have that. Now we need to add these really pretty leaves. So we will use our mini glue dots. And just put it right on the bottom. And our first one we'll just tuck in right up here. And then this one, so we wouldn't have room to necessarily put it down here, and you'll see why. So we are just going to break this one off, and we're going to use it as two pieces. So put a mini glue dot on that one, and a mini glue dot on the smaller one. So the smaller one we will tuck in here. Oh, get in there, come on. There we go. And then this one we will just tuck in here. So here's what we have so far. Now we need something to close the bridge. So we have just our basic white, and we are going to stamp, and we will use, what should we use? We will use Congrats. All right. Lay it down, put it on your block, just like that, and we will use Old Olive. And we will just place our sentiment off to the side, just like that. And what we will do then is we will put, well, that's kind of crooked, isn't it? All right, let's try another piece. I like to have it straight. Let's try it again. All right. There we go, that's better. Okay, so now we will take our Stampin' Seal Plus. You want to use the plus because it's going to hold your card together. Oh, we don't want it to rip. All right, we'll put it on the outside on this. Okay. So now to make our bridge for our bridge card, we are just going to put this to the very end, the very corner. Put that, and now we'll close the gap here. And now we have our bridge. Is that just not super cute? All right, but we are not finished yet. So we need to add some embellishments. So I have more of this woven twine. We're going to tie a really pretty bow. Just like that. Oh, probably didn't need it that big. Just like that. Pull it tight, and we'll trim the ends. And mini glue dot. Actually, I might just use 2 mini glue dots just to make sure it stays. And we'll put that right on the edge, just like that. And we'll just trim this just a little more so it fits on the card. And right there. Now we need to add some sparkle to our flowers. So I have our opal rounds, and we're going to put them on our flowers. One right in the center there. And let's see, we'll use another big one. Oh, where did that one go? Here we go. Right in the center. And right in the center. There we go. Push them down, curl up our flowers. And here we go. Here we have our bridge card. So it stands like this. And here's what it looks like. So this is one we did, and this is the one I made earlier. So I hope you like this. So when you want to mail this, it simply just folds down and it fits in a regular medium-sized envelope. So I just think it's really pretty. All right, so we made our bridge cards. We made our two beautiful blue cards here, and we have our gorgeous grape. So again, if you are interested in making these, I am offering the make and takes along with the tutorials. They are free with a purchase of $25. I do have the link in the description above. So if you're interested, go ahead and order, and I will watch for that, and I'll get a set out in the mail for you. That is all I have for you today. So thank you all for joining me, and I pray that you all, let me move that down. I pray that you all have a very blessed Easter season. All right, God bless. Bye-bye.